We're looking live at a beautiful fly-in to Everbank Field in Jacksonville. Even if you close your eyes, Brock, you'd still know exactly where you were by the rallying cry of the Jaguar faithful in the stands. Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're off from Jacksonville. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials. He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. Now talk about a golden opportunity at an immediate first down following that encroachment flag. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit. This time it's a passing play. Got a man, it's Thomas. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First down throw, Lawrence. That's Thomas, he's got it. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Throw wheeled in by Thomas. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Escapes the pocket. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And they'll try to build on that big stop.
You get into the red zone, and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Lawrence facing 3rd and long. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down. Cam Little now to try the Jags field goal. From 37 yards in the right hash. The kick by Shudak is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
And never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Shotgun now, first round. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Finding Collins. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
Now, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. Just can't happen. And you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Has his man, it's Mixon. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
From the 17. Oh, he nearly reeled that in. As close as you can get, but just an exciting incompletion. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the gun, Stroud. Has it down close. And in for the Houston touchdown. Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Back to the well again. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense up to the line fast. 3rd down, Lawrence to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. The Jaguars in a punt formation. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. So this one goes out of bounds inside the 20, but not by much. They're giving him the 18-yard line. 1 quarter down in this all-AFC South contest. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They'll take over here following that punt to end the first. First down, Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. They're a rookie out of Oklahoma there to make that play.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
2nd and 3 now. Pass caught by Mixon. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans now lead by 10. It's a Christian Kirk touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans drive their lead to 11. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Returnable from the 1. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. To the ground it goes, that's incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Lawrence working from the gun. Completed to his running back. Has some daylight through the 40. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Hits his running back. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. That's incomplete left side. Looking for the back that time. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on fourth down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4.
And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Sent to the ground by Mason Smith. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Man in motion here. Nixon on the toss. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks, and I'm looking for that to be called again.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Houston. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans push their lead to 18. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. 3 yards to pick up that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. Second down now, 7 to go. Now it's Lawrence. Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short on the 35. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a Jaguar first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Come on, boys. Let's power up. Get out of here with the win, oh.
Hey, I'm gun.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Throw left side, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. They'll throw it again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play. I like that, Kate. That's going to keep a defense honest. That proves that they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to hit.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And things just seem to keep snowballing for them. Now their special teams is involved. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he pushes it up to the 30 before going out. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun now for Stroud. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So that brings up 2nd down. Here's Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. Christian Kirk, the intended receiver. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He has it at the 13. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Officially a 69-yard punt. What a kick. And they'll take over with minimal time remaining in the half. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. Connection made. Travis Etienne. Still going through the 25.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
One last play before the break. A give now from the gun. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half.
Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
On now is Cook to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. On the carry, here's Dameon Pierce. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Has his man, it's Mixon. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. Jaguars with an extra defensive back out there, 3rd down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. The Texans set to punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. Takes it in at the 21. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be Jaguars football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Blitz coming. Lawrence. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Throw on 3rd down. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down. Jacksonville in punt formation. Getting about 50 yards of boots so far, and here's another quality effort.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 50-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Dell with the grab. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down, Stroud. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. To the air, Stroud. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Throwing now from the gun. And he's caught along the sideline, and he gets the feet down. Wow! That's 16 on the pickup. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. He'll throw it yet again. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Connection made to Dell. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw. I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction, but how well the defense had that one covered. Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud.
And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Offense in the hurry up here. Throwing is Stroud. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. Tank Dell the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans continue piling on to this lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Gets it to him on the screen. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's the Jags football, but here in the 4th, that lead likely too much to overcome. Second and 6 coming up here. Lawrence in the pistol. He completes it in traffic. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to be touchdown right at the line, so no gain on the play.
Yeah, the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down. Oh, tried forcing it to the slants. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. And the Texans are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down, but even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Stroud now on third. This one's caught. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans continue piling it on here in the fourth. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans grow their lead yet again. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he found some running room for a nice gain.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Jaguars hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. So out now comes the punter. And he's been getting all of it every time out. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Mixon a 1st down and more. And they'll finally get him at the 47-yard line. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running.
It's a gain of 23 yards. 1st down, Houston.
And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it sets up a Houston 1st. On the ground again with Mixon. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
He's brought down at the 31.